Connacht have got themselves a new head coach, folks, and it is former England boss Stuart Lancaster. He has been appointed to the role on a 2-year deal. How have Connacht's recent fortunes been? What are the expectations for him? What's my gut feeling on the appointment? We'll go through this, and you guys can let us know your thoughts on how successful you think he will be and what you would like to see from the next 2 years with him in charge. His appointment, well, him as a character really is a bit of a divisive one, because obviously his time with England didn't end in glory, so he still, I feel like, grates on a few of the England fans as a kind of failed coach, and his recent run with Racing 92 certainly won't have done his reputation any favours in that neck of the woods, with him getting basically sacked from the job earlier in the year. But my gut feeling is he's a good fit for Connacht, because Connacht, from as long as I've been watching them, love to play attacking rugby, and I feel like that fits the way he wants to play the game. And the guy knows Irish rugby. Following the disappointment of that 2015 Rugby World Cup campaign, you feel like he found his feet and found his mojo again with his time with Leinster. Since losing the Racing 92 job, he has been on the lookout for other work. He obviously interviewed for the Wallabies job, but ended up missing out to Les Kiss. I feel like that appointment made more sense for Kiss, being an Aussie, and this appointment with Lancaster, with the 7 years he spent with Leinster, feels like more of a appropriate role for him, even if he wanted to get back onto the test scene. Now, Connacht's fortunes have been on a bit of a decline in the last few years. They last made the playoffs in the URC when they finished 7th back in the 2022-2023 season, and remembering the way the URC works, you play your shield rivals twice as much as everybody else. You play everybody else once, but you play your local rivals twice. So they were having to play Ulster, Munster and Leinster twice. And especially in 2022-2023, that was a pretty Herculean shift, because the results of the Irish squads were all fantastic. They're not as strong this year in 2024-2025, with both Ulster and Connacht missing out on the playoffs. But I feel like they did really well to have a 10-win, 8-loss record, despite stronger opponents than most of the other shields, I think, had to face. They did pretty well to finish 7th. Then it's been on a bit of a decline. Like I said, they finished with an even record the next year, which was not good enough for the playoffs. And then they finished with an even worse record this year, going into the negative with just the 6 wins and 12 losses. You feel like Connacht need to make, and this would be one of my expectations for them, for Lancaster, you need to make home an absolute fortress. Galway needs to be a really unpleasant place for visiting teams to go. I feel like in this most recent season, especially in the URC, they dropped a few too many results at home. I think they lost all 3 of their matches to Irish rivals, even, as I said, Ulster, who were not having a great season. Leinster tend to get a lot of good away results and don't drop many in the URC, so that one maybe you can forgive. But yeah, they need to be stronger at home. I think they lost to Edinburgh and the Bulls as well. Again, all playoff teams, barring Ulster, so it's no real disgrace in that, but home needs to be harder for away teams to visit than what they've seen this year. And the away wins, I mean, those are nice to have. Their away record, again, this season wasn't great. I think it was just wins over the Scarlets and Zebre away from home. So yeah, it wasn't the best season for Connacht in 2024-2025. The squad seems to be largely pretty stable. I think Piers O'Connor, Connor Oliver, a few other guys have decided to leave at the end of the season, and they've, I know, signed Sam Gilbert, who's a Kiwi from the Highlanders. I'm not sure he's the kind of player you can rely on to turn your entire season round, but he's certainly a good kind of utility attacking-minded player. But yeah, Lancaster, to get Connacht humming again, make Galway a fortress. I think the construction works on the new stand are also not too far away from being completed as well. So finally get the fans back there in full force, get back to winning ways at home, and play that attacking-minded Connacht-style rugby I think we all know and love. That is my expectations for him. My gut feeling is he will lift the team. I don't know if they make the playoffs in this immediate season, but I would like to think come the second year of his deal, they are back into the playoff mix. But maybe that's setting things a little bit too high. But anyway, they need to arrest the current decline that they have been on. You guys let us know your thoughts. Do you think he's able to attract some more big-name players out to Galway because he is a kind of relatively big name coach who will have plenty of connections. What are your expectations for Lancaster at Connacht? Remember, if you want British and Irish Lions jerseys, check down in the description. They're an affiliate of the store. They've been having all kinds of sales on the jerseys ahead of the upcoming tour of Australia. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.